Welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, the long season. That's right, I haven't forgotten it. It's not over with, and we are definitely continuing. I want to have a look here real quick where I'm at in the tech tree, because yes, it has been entirely too long since I've done anything here. Let's see, there's 82,500 in funds, 31 sciences available, which is not enough to unlock anything at the moment. Alright, that's fine. And looking at the tracking station, I see that ComSats 1, 2, and 3 have been put into position. I need to get number 4 launched. And let's see, we still have Kerman here that needs rescued from orbit. So we're gonna go in order of priorities here. Let's get into the vehicle assembly building here. What do we got in contracts? Plant a flag on the moon. That will take a little bit. Test the Rockamax 48-7S. Kerbal landed, and the Sepratron 1 Kerbal landed, and rescue Dingbat from space. Okay, so for the 48-7S, let's see. Just throw any old fuel tank. No, not RCS. Fine, any old tank on there. And Rockamax 48-7S. And let's see, where's the Sepratrons? There we are. And put in some staging. And let's add a launch clamp. Let's add it to the correct place in the staging. In this case, up there. Alright, now we'll go ahead and get this test out of the way. Now, yes, it's been a long time since the last episode, and I'm not entirely certain at this point what it was that took me away from things. I know there was a lot of distractions and issues that I had to deal with. And so, what have we got here? What is, the stage light is locked. And Alt-L doesn't seem to turn it back on to green. Okay. Let's go ahead and shut down the engine. We don't need it to burn a whole lot of fuel. We just need it to fire. Okay. That contact is taken care of. The next one should fire the Sepratron. Alright, we're good there. Recover this thing. Get everything back except for a little bit of fuel. Yeah, alright, fine. Now we have to get the 4th ComSat up and then prepare for a moon mission to plant a flag on the moon. Alright, we'll use the good old trusty ComSat Mycroft. I am trying to get back into doing all sorts of things on something approaching a regular basis, and getting back to this Kerbal Space Program is part of it. Now, many will note that yes, I have still got this in 0.25, and that's because the issue with mods and the issue with the save compatibility. I don't even know, even if I can manage to get all of the mods working in 090, excuse me, then there is the issue of whether this save could be migrated to that. And I don't honestly know, and right now I don't really feel too inclined to try it. Let's see. That's right, in the last flight, Jeb and Bill were the last couple of flights, I believe it was, as Jeb and Bill were killed in action. We have Bob left out of the original crew, and we're going to move him to the end of the list, because after this flight, he is going to be, well, he's going to be flying this one, but after that, he's out of the running for a while. Let's see. Go ahead and clear these messages up. All right. And so we're off to the launch pad to get ComSat 4 in place. Okay, my plan is with the Kerbal Space Program to have at least one new episode up every week. I know it would be nicer to be able to do more than that, but that doesn't always work out. And if I just plan to commit myself for one certain guaranteed episode per week, then that I know I can do, you know? Okay. All right. Let's see. We're set up. All right. All right. Let's get this satellite in orbit. As I recall correctly, this thing gets just a little funky on the unstable side as it accelerates way too fast, too low in the atmosphere initially because of the boosters. But it gets a little better after they separate and it starts to get the right profile going here. We have Mach effect. Let's pitch down to 80 degrees and go for full thrust. Yeah. And now pitch down to 70. I think we can go ahead and lose the fairing. Pitching down to 60 now. How's it looking out here? Pitching 45. Yeah, we're going for an orbit here, about 120 kilometers, and then we'll get into position to put the satellite where it needs to be. Okay. Overshot there just a little bit, but that'll be all right. All right, let's see. That's not exactly a great orbit. It's going to push the apoapsis way the heck out there. But we need a periapsis bigger than 35 kilometers. There. All right. Let's get lined up and ready to do this. Good. We still have most of the fuel in our booster stage to do that. All right. Okay, yeah, we got plenty of solar panels and batteries on here, so this should be very straightforward. Burn 53 seconds. So we're firing off just a little bit from now. Right now. Previous parts have been recovered. Good. And it looks like might not be recovering this stage. Turn that off. Good night. What am I doing here? Turn prograde. Meanwhile, throttle off. Get rid of that stage. And it looks like we've got some junk in orbit. Have to see about removing that someday. Alright, now. I'm having to remember the procedure for doing this. ComSat 3, set that as target. And now I want a maneuver node. I'll get rid of the old maneuver node. That will put the ship rendezvousing about that far ahead of ComSat 3. We want to bring the apoapsis out to 2,870. And then we want to adjust the time until the separation is 4,906 kilometers. $4,400, 45, 4905.3. I'd say that's pretty doggone close. All right, let's set an alarm for that burn. Okay. Now let's just do a bit of time acceleration to get to burn time. More parts recovered. Good. If I'm not mistaken, I believe we've got most of, well, yeah, this should be coming up on this orbit. I was thinking most of an entire orbit left. Yeah, let's do it on this time around. All right. I actually think I might be just a little bit late with the burn, but not more than about 10 seconds late. And this satellite does have some maneuvering capability of its own, so that should take care of that. And actually, after this flight, instead of the moon, need to work out the rescue of this guy. It would be helpful if we had the flat, or the other, one of the other probe cores, not the Steputnik. All right. 2,870 we want that number to be. In kilometers, that is. All right. Let's last a little bit here. Close enough. All right, great. Get rid of the maneuver node. Oh, for crying out loud. I just realized my mic had been off. I had muted the mic because I had a sudden need to cough, and I didn't want to record that. And anyway, ComSat 4 is in position. Everything's great, except I made a mistake in the antenna assignments, and it is never going to have contact with mission control or anything else, and its batteries will die eventually because it's not in a position to get sunlight. It's directly behind the planet. And I don't know, as orbits happen, it will probably get sunlight occasionally. But will it ever get a connection? This is dubious. Strangely, it should have a connection. As we see a connection from here over to ComSat 3. ComSat 3 has an antenna pointed at ComSat 1, which of course is in touch with mission control. So, it's going to be back to the drawing board to figure out what to do. It's just exactly how to lay these things out. In the meantime, our pilot is headed home. Fuel shouldn't be an issue. There, periapsis 32 kilometers. That guarantees a re-entry. Alright. We'll just stay retrograde, time warp, and bring this guy home. Alright. What is our time to periapsis? 3 minutes. We'll go ahead and burn what fuel we've got left. We'll set this thing down. From the look of it, on the edge of the desert over here. Alright. Alright, looks like this part will come down okay. That's the important part with a guy riding in it. And Bob Kerman is the last of our original 3 astronauts. I think maybe I need to park him out somewhere on the KSC grounds and leave him there. Turn that off. Kind of a long way from the Space Center, but it'll be a safe landing. Okay. Heat shield gone. Alright, here we have at least the successful return from the mission, even though the mission itself was a failure. And that means that very expensive satellite is sitting up there, never going to be useful. Because there's no way to dock anything to it. It's not rigged for that. So we can't like dock something to it and reprogram its antennas. That's a shame, really. So I'm going to work out a different satellite arrangement and get something launched to fix this problem soon so that we can move on and get that guy rescued. and we'll tend to that very soon. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here.